What if everything you thought you knew about making money was completely backwards? While most people chase quick wins and instant gratification, there exists a hidden world where patience becomes the ultimate weapon and waiting transforms into pure profit. This is the untold story of how silence and stillness created more wealth than a lifetime of hustle ever could. Meet Li Lu, a name you've probably never heard but should absolutely know. Born in China during the Cultural Revolution, Li survived poverty that most of us cannot imagine. He came to America with nothing, learned English from scratch, and somehow caught the attention of Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's legendary partner. What happened next defies everything modern culture teaches about success. In the early 2000s, Li Lu made a bet that seemed insane to everyone watching. He invested heavily in a single Chinese electric vehicle battery company called BYD. The company was unknown, unproven, and operating in an industry that didn't even exist yet. Analysts laughed. Experts dismissed him. Even seasoned investors thought he had lost his mind. The stock price barely moved for years. Nothing happened. Absolutely nothing. But here's where the story gets interesting. While everyone else was jumping from opportunity to opportunity, chasing the next hot stock, the next crypto coin, the next get-rich-quick scheme, Li Lu did something radical. He did nothing. He simply held his position and waited. Day after day, month after month, year after year. No panic selling, no second guessing, just unwavering conviction in his original analysis. Fast forward to today. That investment in BYD has multiplied beyond comprehension. We're talking about returns that turned millions into billions. Charlie Munger himself called it one of the best investments he ever made. The company that nobody believed in became a global powerhouse in electric vehicles and battery technology. Li Lu's patience didn't just pay off. It created generational wealth. But the real lesson isn't about picking the right stock. It's about understanding something profound that our instant gratification culture has forgotten. True wealth isn't built in days or weeks. It's built in the silent spaces between action. It's built when you have the strength to ignore the noise, resist the temptation to constantly do something, and trust your preparation. Think about how this applies beyond investing. How many times have you abandoned a project because results didn't come fast enough? How many skills did you give up on after a few months? How many relationships did you walk away from because they required patience? We live in a world that celebrates speed, but the greatest fortunes in history were built by people who mastered the art of strategic waiting. Li Lu understood something that most people never grasp. Doing nothing is not the same as being lazy. Strategic patience requires more discipline than frantic activity. It takes courage to hold your ground when everyone around you is moving. It takes wisdom to recognize that sometimes the most profitable action is inaction. Consider the mathematics of patience. If you chase 10 opportunities and catch 3, you might see modest gains. But if you wait for the one perfect opportunity and commit fully, the returns can be exponential. Li Lu didn't diversify into 100 different bets. He found his conviction and stayed with it through years of doubt and criticism. The Billionaire Secret isn't about working harder or moving faster. It's about developing the rare ability to wait when waiting is the hardest thing to do. It's about building such deep knowledge in your chosen field that you can spot the opportunities others miss, then having the emotional fortitude to let time do the heavy lifting. Here's your challenge. Identify one area in your life where you've been too impatient. Maybe it's a business idea you abandoned too quickly. Maybe it's a skill you stopped developing. Maybe it's an investment you sold too early. What would happen if you approached it with Li Lu's mindset? What if you gave it not weeks or months, but years of committed patience? The next time you feel pressure to constantly be doing something, remember this story. Remember that somewhere right now, someone is building extraordinary wealth not through frantic action, but through calculated stillness. Subscribe to discover more counterintuitive truths about wealth that nobody talks about, and share this with someone who needs permission to slow down and think long-term.